Welcome to a Healthy Living Video Blog, episode number 80. You're watching us at workoutmaster.com. This is Ruben.
And you know Aram.
Absolutely, guys. Today we're going to talk about fever, about abuse, misuse, misunderstanding of this very important mechanism in your body. Let's tear it apart, Mr. Serrano.
And like Aram said, it's a mechanism. It's a mechanism of defense. So whenever our body has some sort of an infection, at a minimal level, of course, the body tends to, do its natural course of restoration, and oftentimes it would increase the temperature or the core temperature of the body. It does this for several reasons. Number one, it wants to bring, more blood to every single, cell in your body, and thus begin the reparation or the restoration process of homeostasis, which is balance of life itself within the body. Oftentimes, even the respiratory, frequency or the respiratory rate will increase because the body wants to bring more oxygen and speed up even your metabolism will climb up. So, when we suspect that we might have a fever, the first thing always that we should do is pull out a thermometer. Then you pull a thermometer in whatever orifice of your body you prefer, and you read the temperature. It should be 98.7 if you're in Fahrenheit.
Or 36.6 or 36.7 in Celsius.
In Celsius. All right, so you know that. Now, there's gonna be many different ranges of fevers, starting from, I happen to know these numbers more in Fahrenheit. This is what I grew up basically. And you can have low, medium, high, or severe fever. Now, what I've read and understood is that severe fever occurs from 105.4 and higher, which is hardly ever the case that that people reach that temperature. And when that happens, for sure you have to arrest that increase of temperature and you have to decrease it by whatever means.
Okay.
If you go to the hospital, I know for a fact that they will shove you in a tub full of ice, and that has to feel absolutely horrible.
All right, guys. Important thing about fever, it is a protective mechanism. What I don't like about this, I don't like a shotgun approach that we use to just make sure people are comfortable. Everything is designed today for us to be comfortable. You have a fast food so you don't have to cook. You have this so you don't have to do anything. God forbid you get a fever and all of a sudden you're running a fever for more than a day. Oh, let's give something to the person so you won't be uncomfortable having a fever.
Call 911.
We forget a very simple things in our lives, that our body is actually designed to survive. It is okay for your body to run a fever. There's nothing dangerous about a fever unless it goes to what Ruben says about 104 Fahrenheit. 105. Well, whatever it is. If it goes above, then it's dangerous for the body. By no means, then you should do something about it. But if you read any books about medicine back in the days where we didn't have all this medicine to be prescribed to get the fever down, everybody says it's a beautiful thing, it's a blessing in the sky. Your body actually fights the bacteria. Now, what happens over a period of time, it's like an exercise. Your body actually gets really strong in fighting the bacteria, so you get sick less and less and less. And what we have today, we have a bunch of weak people that get sick for no big reason, but because their body is just not strong enough to fight that stuff.
Well, they have polluted, or whatever you want to say, by means of the food that they eat, the water that they drink, the air that we have to breathe, which is the same pretty much for everybody according to where you are, and the kind of thoughts that you have, because that would be the first thing that actually screws up with your whole body together. And we have to understand that just because you have a few degrees of a fever, you don't have to just run to the doctor. You don't have to load yourself with aspirin or ibuprofen or Tylenol like people do, and try to suppress it. Like Aaron said, a fever has a mechanism that actually slows down all the process of the body except for your heart rate and your circulatory rate, and your respiration rate. That's what I meant to say.
What happens is your body actually sends a signal from hypothalamus. Your body sends a signal, so it increases the temperature. Why is that happening? It happens because your body actually wants to heat up the whole thing and just kill bacteria with the heat.
Right.
So you have increased production of white cells, and they go and just do their job, and they do their job well, because guess what? You have no control what they do. They know what to do because they designed to do what they're doing right now. It's very, very simple. You shouldn't really not interfere in the process unless it's become some sort of danger. One thing you can do when you run a fever is for sure drink a lot of water, because that will fever will dehydrate you. Just because you have a high body temperature, you're gonna sweat, so you're gonna lose a lot of fluid. So you want to make sure that you drink a lot of water. Now, number two thing you want to do is you want to rest, and you want to rest well, because when you rest, you let your body use the energy that it has to fight the problem, rather than use it for like a physical activity and other things like that. Right. That's why it's important not to go back to work when you're running a little fever, but actually call in maybe sick, let your body recover, and next thing you know, you're actually not having to deal with a common cold for, let's say, a week or 2 weeks, or it might become something even more serious than that, but you actually can get better faster, and after that you might not get any colds in a long period of time, because your body is a whole lot stronger.
I agree with you.
Did you want to say anything else?
I think is, to make the key points, stay relaxed, stay calm. Do not run to the medicine cabinet and load yourself with anything that will lower, any kind of over-the-counter medication that will lower the fever. Let it take its course, unless, like we have said, it gets to an alarmingly high grade. Then you have to do something about it, right? And we're not here to give you medical advice, but we're telling you what you can do to really improve the quality of your health if you follow some common sense, practice, and what we have been doing for the past couple of hundred of years.
And remember, if you want to make sure that you don't have any fever, there are a lot of natural things that you can actually take.
Absolutely.
That are going to decrease your fever. All you got to do is you type in Google or Yahoo, whatever search engine, Bing, whatever you use it, type in fever, natural remedies. You're going to find quite a few that have been used for generations and are actually extremely effective. If your doctor doesn't prescribe them, that's probably because you're using just regular allopathic doctor. If you go to naturopathic doctor, chances are that's exactly what they're going to recommend.
Right, they will have some type of homeopathic treatment to
homeopathic or just herbal.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
I think that covers it.
All right, guys, your future looks better already. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next time.